I have an addendum to my video about these big bad headphones, which are a design from the 1990s, which you can still buy new today. They're sold by Caliphone, and they're primarily used by schools. These headphones, also sold by Caliphone, also from the 1990s, and also still available new today. They're the perfect match for your vintage computers because they come in your favorite shade of beige. They're definitely from the 90s because they are a multimedia stereo headphone, and the packaging lists suggested uses of computers, CD players, sound blasters, stereo systems, video players, and cassette recorders. And the thing I found interesting is that I always thought Caliphone only sold by direct order, but apparently these were also sold at retail because they are in this blister pack with a hang tag. And apparently they also had a version with an attached microphone because of this protrusion in the blister pack. Even though this packaging has never been opened or used, it definitely is showing its age because it's starting to split apart. And like I said, you can still buy these new today. They're the model 3060AV, and you can find them on various websites selling them at prices ranging from around $10 to $15. And in addition to their beige color, they do also sell other colors of these, including silver, but obviously I prefer beige. And other features about them I like are these nicely padded ear cushions, this built-in volume control on the cable, and the fact that the cord only goes into one of the ears, so it's less likely to get in your way than headphones which have wires going into both ears. You can even see where the wire goes across the top of the headband to reach the other side. On the back they list the specifications. The transducers have 27mm mylar diaphragms with cobalt magnets. The impedance is 25 ohms, which is a bit strange because most headphones are 32 ohms. But I guess it's close enough that it should work fine. Frequency response, not indented properly, is listed as 20 to 20,000 Hz, but that's pretty much meaningless because they don't specify a tolerance. They do for the sensitivity. That's 100 decibel sound pressure level plus or minus 3 dB at 1 kilohertz. Well, this frequency response really should have the same thing, because without a tolerance listed, you don't know how flat that is. Maximum input is 100 milliwatts. They have a 3.5mm nickel-plated stereo plug, so not gold-plated. And the cord is 6.5 feet with attached volume control. Caliphone used to be a division of the Rheem Corporation. Yes, the same Rheem that makes furnaces. And back when these headphones were made, they were based in Chatsworth, California. But that is no longer the case because it appears that Caliphone got bought out by a company called Pepino, which is based in Maryland. And even though these are from the 90s, they were made in China. Now let's open it up because the packaging is coming apart anyway. So that was really easy. And there are our brand new 1990s headphones. And I was kind of suspecting this was the case. The vinyl covering on the ear pads is pretty much just disintegrating. So even though they've never been worn, just age has deteriorated these vinyl covered ear pads. Although the foam material underneath that vinyl covering is still perfectly fine. It's nice and soft. And you can get replacement ear pads from Caliphone, so I could just replace these. Otherwise, here's the cable. Undo the twist tie. And it is a pretty nice length. And there's the integrated volume control. Unfortunately, it does not have a mono stereo switch. So it's just a volume control, but that's nice to have anyway. And at the end, a standard stereo 3.5mm plug. And here's the adjustable headband. You can still hear the detents. So should be nicely adjustable for different sizes of heads. There's no padding on the headband, it's just plastic, but that's okay. It took quite a bit of work, but I was able to scrub off all of that vinyl coating that was flaking off, leaving just the fabric ear cushions, which are perfectly fine and comfortable. So I don't know why they even bothered with that vinyl coating, except possibly to make them easier to wipe clean in situations where multiple people are going to be sharing these headphones, such as in a classroom. I spent about an hour listening to these Caliphone 3060 AV headphones using various types of audio, and here's the shocker. They sound very good. They're perfect for voice, while for music they could use just a little bit of bass and treble boost, and once you do that, they sound great. This plastic headband isn't the most comfortable, but otherwise I have no complaints about how they feel to wear. They're very lightweight, and they don't squeeze your head too tightly. So like I said, I was using them for an hour, and I had no discomfort. These ear cushions don't block out all external sounds, but they do help reduce background noise. Plus, they help to minimize the leakage from these headphones to anyone else nearby. So if you're playing these loud, you're not going to annoy your neighbors. Speaking of which, they aren't especially sensitive. Even with this inline volume control turned all the way up, I noticed I had to turn my main volume control up higher than I usually need to when wearing headphones in order to get the same loudness. Otherwise, especially for their low price, if you want a new pair of beige headphones to match your old beige computer, you can't go wrong with the Caliphone 3060 AV stereo headphones. Like I said in my previous video about headphones, there's no way for me to give you an accurate representation of what these headphones actually sound like in real life. But I'll try my best with this microphone, and I'll leave you with some clips of various audio samples played from various audio sources played through these Caliphone 3060 AV stereo headphones.
How much is your time worth? $100 an hour? $300 an hour? If your answer is $500 an hour, then you'll spend $83 worth of time listening to this 10-minute tape.
Tell your smart device to play 1010 Wins.
The Newswatch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening. 33 degrees at 740. I'm Mario Bosquez. Here is what's happening.
Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.